When I was in film school, I had a really hard time writing screenplays. Like, I've never been a good writer. Like, I just never been a writer. Like, I just never thought of myself that way. I never practiced. I had no ambition to write scripts. I just wanted to make films, but you have to write scripts to make films. So I was trying to do it, and I don't know. I found it really painful, and I was always trying to find ways to sort of cheat. Like for a while, I had a friend of mine who was kind of writing my scripts for me, and then I was just kind of recording people talking and just using dialogue that I recorded. It was just like, how do I do this? And then one day, I went to a drug conference, and I heard John Lilly speak. John Lilly was like a drug scholar who invented the sensory deprivation tank and also communicated with dolphins. And he was this old guy. And he said, the only two things in life I care about are cocaine and sex. And I just thought, oh, this is my main character right here. I just found him. And I suddenly knew how to write the script. So I had an in and I started writing the script. And I can't stop. Like I'm just writing and writing and I'm loving it. And it's incredible. And every single thing I write, I'm just like, my brain is popping. It's exploding. I'm just like, I can't believe how good this is. And I was just in bliss. And my girlfriend at the time was getting annoyed with this because I wouldn't come to bed. And when she was talking to me, I would like stop and then suddenly and go write something down. And she would say, come on, I'm tired. Just go to sleep. And I'd say, okay, just one more thing. Just gonna write this one thing. And then I'd go to bed and then I'd have another idea. And I'd say, just one more thing. And she'd be, come on. And I'd say, just what? I said, one more idea. I got to write it down. And this would go on for hours. And I felt like, I think I figured out the secret to writing. Like I know how to do this now. And I think I could just write and write and write for the rest of my life and never stop. And I don't really need to eat. I don't really need to talk to anybody. I'm just like in bliss. And then I had this thought. And the thought was, but then your mother will never love you. And I was like, what? Where did that thought come from? What a weird thing to think. And I was like, why did I think that? And I realized, I think that as long as I fail, as long as I'm not in my power, there's a chance that my mother, who has never, I've never felt like she loved me the way I wanted to be loved, certainly, will love me. She'll swoop down, take pity on me, and love me. And that writing this script, or writing, any script, somehow would make that never happen. And I was like, this is so weird. I didn't know what to do with this. And I think I stopped just to process the feelings. And then when I went back to the computer to write, my computer crashed. And the entire script was lost. The entire thing. Days and days of writing. This was like when there were old computers that didn't have like automatic backups. And I was just devastated. And I didn't know if it was just chance or if somehow my own inner unconscious had somehow made the computer crash. I kind of believe that the mind can affect reality. But either way, it was lost. And I could remember the story, but I couldn't remember the dialogue. And I started trying to write it again, but I kept thinking this isn't as good as it was the first time. And I got discouraged and I just gave up. So I never finished that script. And I never really found that flow again. But my mother still has never stepped in and swooped down to love me.